Hi, in this video we're going to learn factoring trinomials. Specifically, this time we're going to learn factoring trinomials with leading coefficient greater than 1. You should have learned previously the case of factoring trinomials with leading coefficient of 1, this time greater than 1. Let's begin with a review of your FOIL because we need it later. Example, this is a review. Multiply x plus 3 times x plus 2 by FOIL method. You have first is x times x, O outer x times 2, I inner 3 times x, and then last is 3 times 2. And then simplify further. You have x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6 as the result of FOIL, and then you still have to combine your 2x plus 3x and you get 5x. You have x squared plus 5x plus 6 as a result of multiplying x plus 3 times x plus 2. Let's proceed. This is the review of your first case of factoring trinomials wherein the leading coefficient is 1. There's no number in front of the x squared. Now, first step, you need to list your factors of 12. Here they are. Step 2, you need to figure out which adds up to your middle term 7x. And it's the last one. 3 plus 4 is 7. And you are now almost done. You just have to pair them up with the x's, the 3 and 4. So you have your factors. X and x comes from the x squared, your leading coefficient, the leading variable, x squared, and you just fill it up with the 3 and 4, and you found your factor. The factor of x squared plus 7x plus 12 is x plus 3 times x plus 4. The order does not matter. You may write x plus 4 first before x plus 3. And we're now ready to our main lesson. How do you factor if you have a part greater than 1? Meaning to say, we now see numbers 2, 3, 4, or could be negative integer, negative number. Now, here's your example. You see there's already 3 in front of the x squared. And this is how you factor trinomial with leading coefficient greater than 1. The problem is factor 3x squared plus 14x plus 8. Now there are other methods. There are many methods of factoring trinomials. There is box method, trial and error method, and there could be also other methods. I like this method that I'm going to present, but I'm not sure what's the name of it, but it's very organized. Let's give it a try. Let's see. So there are steps. The first step says you are going to multiply your leading coefficient, which is 3, and then 8. And it's 24. Step 2, you are going to list all the factors of the result in number 1, which is 24. So you have 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and then 4 times 6. Step 4, you are going to find which pair adds up to 14. Where did 14 came from? It's actually the middle term of your given. And among the pairs of factors of 24, the one that adds up to 14 is the second one. 2 times 12. What do we do with that? Let's check. You are going to make them temporary factors, 2 and 12. So we fill in the blanks with the 2 and 12. We're more than halfway. Step 5, you're going to put the leading coefficient under both numbers. So the 3, which is the leading coefficient, it appears both under the numbers from the temporary factors. Step 6, reduce the fractions. So 12 over 3 becomes 4. What happens to 2/3? You don't simplify it. It actually becomes No, you move your 3 in front of the x. And amazingly, it's done. That is your factor of your given. How do we know we get the correct answer? Of course, we will do FOIL. You should always check to verify your factors if they are correct by using FOIL. By FOIL method, you have, this was your factor. First is 3x times x, outer is 3x times 4, inner is 2 times x, and the last is 2 times 4. This is the result of FOIL. This is actually 12x, and you have 2x. If you add them, you get 14x. And if you noticed, we got the given. And we can now declare that we indeed got the correct answer. We are now confident that we have the correct factor of 3x squared plus 14x plus 8, which is 3x plus 2 multiplied to x plus 4. Let's try another example. How do you factor a trinomial with a leading coefficient greater than 1? First step, you need to multiply your leading coefficient, which is 3, and then 4, which results to 12. Next, list down your factors of 12. You have 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. Step 3, you are going to find which one adds up to 11. And actually it is 1 plus 12 is 13, 2 plus 6 is 8, 3 plus 4 is 7. Unfortunately, none of them adds up to 11. What do we do? Well, if none of the pair adds up to 11, this trinomial can't be factored. Therefore, we can declare it prime. Prime means unfactorable. Okay? Let's have some more examples. And this is your turn. But I'll show you the solutions afterwards. Your first practice is 2x squared plus x minus 21, and then your second is 3x squared plus 11x plus 10. Give it a try. Alright, let's now see the solution. Here are the steps. First, you need to multiply your leading coefficient and your the last term, your constant negative 21, and list down their factors. The result of multiplication of 2 times negative 21 is negative 42, and there is a lot because of the positive negative negative positive arrangements of signs. Next is your middle term. This is where it becomes a help. How do we determine which factors we need? Which pairs add up to 1? There should be a 1 here, but it's understood. And after looking at each, it could be at the bottom, and it's actually the last one. And they will be your temporary factors. So you have x minus 6 and then x plus 7. They are temporary. What do we do next? We now need your leading coefficient, and we write them underneath your temporary factors. And then simplify or reduce the fractions. Only the negative 6 divided by 2 can be simplified into negative 3. And that becomes 3, negative 3. And the 2, since it's not possible on here, we just move 2 on the x. See how x appeared in front. And we found your factor of 2x squared plus x minus 21 with a very specific steps. Okay? And we are confident that x minus 3 is multiplied to 2x plus 7 is the factor of our problem. You could verify it by yourself by doing 4. Let's have your last example. You have 3x squared plus 11x plus 10. First step, multiply 3 times 10. The result is 30. Next step is list down all your factors of 30. Since it's positive, there's fewer because of the lesser combinations of the negatives. So we have fewer because everything is positive. Step 2, you need to check which one adds up to 11. And it's very clear, it's the last one. And then they will be your temporary factors. And then you're going to need to write your leading coefficient under the temporary factors. Put 3 under the temporary factors and then simplify if possible, whichever is possible. So it's only possible on the second, this becomes 3, and then 2, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and then therefore since this is not reducible, we are going to actually just move 3 in front of x for the case of the first factor, 5 over 3. And we found the factor of our trinomial 3x squared plus 11x plus 10. The correct factor is 3x plus 5 multiplied to x plus 2. Okay? Of course, you can always watch this video again to guide you when you're going to try working a worksheet, especially if there's no choices. Now, here's the deal. If your worksheet has choices, of course, you just have to perform FOIL or whichever is the correct steps. There may be other properties like distributive property. But if you don't have choices, this is one of the best way that is organized in finding the correct factors. Thank you. I hope you learned how to factor your trinomial with leading coefficient greater than 1. Thank you.